Reading Passage 1. The animal that regrows its head. In a windowless lab at the University of Galway in Ireland, there is a fish tank containing an extraordinary creature. Perched on a blue cocktail sticks like lollipops, rolls on seashells are caught in strings living here. Powered by gently flowing seawater, this colony of tiny marine animals, known as snail fur, was half harvested in Irish rock pools of the packs of hermit crabs, and it related jellyfish, corals, and sea anemones. It's no bigger than a baby Alice. They are called Hydractinia and up close resemble a tree. It's with a foot, a trunk, and a tentacle head used for catching tasty passing detritus. They also have a superpower when grazing fish frequently bite off those tentacle heads. They respond to their former hirsute glory within a week. The following picture depicts how Hydractinia can grow back a new head. It's this talent that has captured the attention of Yuri Frank and colleagues at Galway's Regenerative Medicine Institute. Along with a growing number of researchers, he claims that the tissue generation seen in creatures like Hydractinia could be an ancient power possessed by most animals, including humans. It's just dormant, so how does this snail fur regrow itself? And could it hold the key to tissue regeneration in human beings too? Many animals can regenerate body parts, from starfish to salamanders, but primitive snail fur is unusual, not least because its abilities are so extreme. Marshalling stem cells. The key to Hydractinia's regenerative talent is the fact that it retains its embryonic stem cells for life. This means that any one healing process doesn't just produce a scrap and a scar, but a whole new body part as it would in an embryo, even a head. At the gathering of developmental biologists earlier this year, Frank showed a video of the creature's head budding process in action. Embryonic stem cells that had been genetically altered to glow green, rushing the neck end of a headless Hydractinia. Attendees were agog as one tweet. Your Frank shows time-lapse movie of Hydractinia stem cells physically moving across the head, one side. Wow! Since recording that video, the Galway team have been working to understand how Hydractinia rebuilds its severe body and hope to publish their findings shortly in a scientific journal. While they're keeping stum about the details, the paper will focus on how the creature marshals its stem cells to regrow its head. For example, how stem cells know the head's missing, and where exactly the embryonic stem cells come from. Studying Hydractinia has also led Frank and colleagues to ask bigger questions. Why can only a few animals regenerate while most can't? A salamander can regrow a lost tail, but closely related frogs can't regrow a lost limb. And if a tiny marine creature can regrow its own head, why can't humans even regrow their adult teeth? After all, says Frank, it's not all. It's not as if human and Hydractinia stem cell systems are so very different. Ancient ancestor. Key stem cell processes are ancient and common to many animal species. For instance, the complex Wnt signal system, which controls stem cell in developing embryos and when uncontrolled causes cancer, is very similar in all animals, including Hydractinia and people. It's one of a handful of complex stem cell systems. It's involving hundreds of elements which have remained the same since Heteractinia branch off the evolutionary tree that eventually led to us around 600 million years ago. Over the past decades or so, researchers have started to believe that stem cells first evolved in a creature even more ancient than Heteractinia, whose soft body has long since dissolved in ancient seabeds. In these as yet unknown creatures, the power of regeneration may have first evolved, says Frank, endowing other animals with a basic toolkit for regrowing lost body parts, one which merely lies dormant in present-day life. It's maybe not such a crazy idea. Stem cell systems are enormously complex, and 600 million years may not be long enough to reinvent another system for its from scratch. So it's more likely to believe that our stem cell system and Heteractinia stem cell system were actually inherited from a common ancestor, says Frank. And if you think about it, Heteractinia can grow a new head, and although we cannot as adults, we can do that as embryos when we make our own head. So it is possible that this ability to do so is switched off in human adults, and in Heteractinia it's not. This theory ties in with a study published last year in the journal Nature about two varieties of an ancient form of flatworm, the planarian. This worm has been studied for over a century because of its amazing regenerative powers. Slice them up into tiny pieces, and some planarian worms can regrow their bodies from even the tiniest tail piece. Underneath most of their body intact of regrow a head until now. That is, researchers at the Mac Planck's Institute test the idea that all planarian flatworms have the same regenerative superpowers, but that it's switched off early in development. They were right. With a relatively simple tweak to the stem cell system of developing embryo that turned a creature that in nature couldn't regrow a head out of a tiny tall piece into one that could. In Galway, Frank hopes this research will help to explain the apparently miraculous result from planarian experiments and unravel other mysteries too. Why, for instance, do planarians easily grow new tails when Heteractinia struggles to regrow its foot? One idea is that body symmetry, front or back or left, right, as in planarians and humans, but lose their fur, may take where stem cells in the body can migrate to. In theory, it's possible that humans may harbor the same dormant regenerative superpower as snail fur and flatworms. However, far they seem from humans. At the most basic cellular level, there are striking similarities. Studying them could teach us how to regrow damaged or lost body parts too. While there is no market for regrowing humans' heads, says Frank, wouldn't it be great if we could repair spinal cords, damaged hearts, damaged kidneys, hands, or any other organs we might lose? The flatworm studies imply this might not be quite as unthinkable as one thought. The Victorian father of regenerative science, Thomas Hunt Morgan, carried out flatworm experiments showing their amazing powers to regrow a whole body from a stump in 1901. But he abandoned the study, writing, "We will never understand the phenomena of development and regeneration. Clearly, there are many mysteries of regeneration still to be revealed. Yet, now it seems that a tiny creature living in a fish tank in a Galway and it could help us unlock the bizarre process of regrowing body parts sooner than we thought." Questions 1 until 5. Then the following statements agree with the information in the IELTS reading text. In the box 1 until 5, on your answer sheets, right, true, false, or not given.